Yo, what's happening? This your boy Ambitious, host of You Can't Sit With Us Radio. As always, shout out to my co-host Q. You know I'm doing something new, beginning of every episode, starting off with a positive quote. And today's positive quote is: yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. So take that with you as you listen to this brand new episode featuring the homie Cav the musician. And I'm going to let my homegirl from Denver, Colorado, Shaylin, take it away.
What's up, guys? This is Shaylin.
You cooking, cleaning, baby. He out there scheming lately. Leave you with all the babies in a club with different ladies. Said you're acting crazy. Phone say on silent, shady. Trying to flip the roles, but it ain't me. Ain't me. No, it ain't me.
And you're listening to You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Threshold Brace Productions.
All right, welcome back to another episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, El Ambitious. Q is still not here. My co-host still not here yet. Still in Atlanta. You know, I record like 2-3 episodes in a day, so he's still not here at the moment. But yeah, I'm holding it down again, and you know, as always, we keep the dopest guests on the show. Today's like no other. We got Cav on the show today. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Pleasure to meet you, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So how your morning going so far?
Man, it's actually pretty good. Normally, we kind of stay on the road, so it's actually good to wake up in your own bed on a Sunday morning, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I played a show in chat last night.
Okay.
And just went ahead and took that drive back since it's just under 2 hours. So just opted to wake up in my own bed. It's very, very nice.
What time you get back?
We got back at like probably 2 this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh, no, man. Yeah, it's no big deal, man. Like, that's what I said. Like, it's either that or, you know, waking up at like 8 or whatever, trying to get back in town.
Yeah.
And traffic's always wilding, so.
All right, so just tell me how you got started in music and what made you want to get into this.
Oh, man. Like, you want the way back? Or?
Yeah, you can start from the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Way back.
Well, grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee. And there wasn't really like, back then there really wasn't like a whole lot of music coming out of Knoxville. Like pretty much if you wanted to do music, you had to leave Knoxville. But I started out at the age of 5, like got into my first choir, probably earlier than that. But my first piano lesson was at the age of 5, and that kind of changed everything for me. In a way that I knew that music was always going to be a part of my life. I never really but I never really started pursuing it as a career until about senior year of high school, freshman year of college.
Okay.
So came up here to Nashville, went to Belmont, and started out as in classical voice, like opera and stuff like that, just because more scholarship money in it. But then wound up switching over to the commercial program. Met some of the best friends of lifelong friends, you know, really cool relationships, and just been kind of doing the Nashville thing since then, man. You know.
You from Nashville?
I'm from Knoxville.
Knoxville? Okay,
yeah,
Knoxville.
But I've been here about 10 years, man.
Okay. Is it like real different from?
Oh, it's so different. It's so different.
I ain't been in a while.
The skyline. The skyline changes every like 4 months, but like the past 4 or 5 years, especially, have been pretty ridiculous.
Okay. So what all instruments do you play?
Primarily a singer, vocalist, but I also play keyboards and I play a little bit of bass.
Okay.
Very little bit of bass. I can hold it down. Sub it out. I can sub if your main man, you know, is out on another gig. But
all right.
Yeah, mostly a keys player, singer. That's kind of how I make my money, playing keys and singing background vocals for the artists.
Okay. So are you like ever in front?
Yeah. I front a funk soul band here in Nashville called the Aquaducts.
Okay.
AUQDU. Wow, can't spell. AUQADUCKS. Right here in Nashville, and at our strongest, we're about 11 to 12 members.
Okay.
On a stage, very Earth, Wind, and Fire, very Chicago, P-Funk, you know.
Why that name?
Actually, I don't even know. The band started before I was there. So I got recruited at about their 3-year mark.
Okay.
Their original lead singer went on to do some other things, and so they went through kind of like an interim. I played a different show with the saxophone player, and he just kind of approached me after that gig, and he was like, "Hey, do you have like a main thing you're running in right now?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Would you consider being a lead singer for a funk band?" And I was like, "Sure." You know, sat in a couple of practices, and now I'm on year 5. You know, with the project. So yeah, we still running.
Okay, so like, who's some of your favorite artists you listen to?
Man,
growing up?
right now, probably the dude I'm really into Marcus King right now. And so what's crazy about that is, like, I've always been a big fan of, like, just good grooves that felt good. And so, like, and that really doesn't know, like, a genre, you know, like, so one day I'm listening to Future. One day I'm, like, just bumping Migos, just ignorant. But, like, the next day I'm listening, like, to Desi Trucks, like, and just, like, even some, like, old Merle Haggard, like, you know, some old country stuff. But, like, if they tracked it and the groove felt good, that's what I'm all about. And so probably the person I can't put down the most, stays in rotation the most, is probably between this band out of Colorado called the Motet, and they're incredible. And then Marcus King.
Okay. You into country music?
A little bit. I've gotten into it since moving to Nashville, and I feel like growing up, like, I still probably it's a stretch for me to ever, like, purchase a country record. I will say that. But growing up, you know, there just wasn't a lot of country music in the house. You know, I've come to find out since moving to Nashville, and especially just being freelancing for hire, that you really there's a lot of bad country. Like, there's a lot of bad any other kind of music, but there's still a lot of good, you know, country. Especially going to seeing it live is what really changed it for me. Seeing people that come from, like, gospel backgrounds, R&B backgrounds, stuff like that are just, you know, getting a check for the gig. They bring a whole different feel to, like, a country gig. You know, now country artists are touring with horn players, like whole horn lines and stuff like that. So it's not just, you know, outlaw country straight out of Texas anymore, man. It's actually, like, you have a lot more, like, pop elements and production in the shows now. So yeah, it's a whole different ballgame in country right now.
Like, as far as traveling though, like, what's your favorite place to travel to perform?
My favorite place to travel to perform. There's a venue in Birmingham, Alabama called Workplay. That's probably my favorite venue I've been to that I played on the stage at. It's very similar to, like, the Ryman here, where it's, like, has a little bit smaller, a lot smaller, about half the size really. But they have, like, 2 tiers, and so, like, there's, like, an upstairs balcony area and stuff like that. Okay. The light show's super crazy. There, I think probably Owensboro, Kentucky has, like, this riverfront walk, and they do this series called Live at 5, and there's, like, 3,000 people just, like, on the riverfront, and, like, they set it up, have this huge stage and stuff like that. Everybody's just partying. So it's super cool. There's literally, like, nothing else in Owensboro. Like, so it's kind of cool because, like, the whole town comes out because there's nothing else to do. So that junk is pretty crazy. Favorite city, probably Crested Butte, Colorado.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's tucked up in the mountains. Absolutely beautiful. But they also have, like, a really rich history, like mining history. Stuff like that. So there's, like, a lot of, like, you'll find, like, a lot of really unique stuff up there that you won't find anywhere else, and just, like, the view's breathtaking. So
is there a place you haven't been you want to go to?
Oh, so many places, especially internationally.
Yeah.
So many places. I want to go to Dubai.
Okay.
I want to go to South Africa. Like, really anywhere, like, any venue in Dubai, any places, like, in South Africa. I want to go to Australia, play down there.
See, I thought about Australia, but I be seeing some of them bugs and stuff.
Man, they said they're home to, like,
I was like,
it's like, what, like 30 of the top, like, 100 most deadly species in the world or something like that? I was like,
it looked like
you can keep that. Like, I'll stay on the boat.
I seen this video of this. It was like a spider. It just snuck into, like, the back of the trunk of a car.
Nope.
I was like, nah.
I don't do spiders, man. I don't really do anything with more than 4 legs. Like, if it's got under 4 legs, or if it flies, I'm your man all day. Snakes, people don't like snakes. I can deal with snakes.
I can deal with snakes,
like
too.
spiders, like centipedes, stuff like that. Keep it. I'll burn the whole house down.
Did you hear about that story with that lady? I think it was in Phoenix, the zoo. She tried to take a selfie with the jaguar.
No.
Like she climbed over the barrier.
What?
Yeah.
People are still doing this?
Yeah. She trying to take
in 2019, people still doing this.
she was trying to take a selfie with the jaguar. The jaguar attacked her.
Yeah.
And yeah. She. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. She just had like a big gash right there. Yeah. But yeah, it could have been worse.
Man, it is 2019. Like, how are people still climbing over barriers in zoos? We've had bear attacks. We've had gorillas taking babies. It's not like this lady doesn't know how zoos work, but at this point,
I don't know.
That's outrageous. Get that out of here. That's outrageous.
Figure it out. All right, so let's get into the song that you sent. Feel Like. Tell me about that.
Okay, so Feels Like is with our group, the Aquaducts, straight out of Nashville, featuring a good friend of mine, Trey Houston, who's also a Belmont alum, and don't need that. And so it's just a really good track. At the time we wrote it, we were just kind of vibing on a lot of like old school West Coast hip hop, a lot of Dr. Dre, or like early Snoop Dogg, like Chronic.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So you'll get that a little bit in the vibe and like some of the synths that get used and just the overall feel. It's just kind of like a good like Cali, top down cruiser song,
Okay. All right, so yeah, let's get into Feel Like, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
As the daylight fades behind you, and the bright lights of the city come alive, the weight lifts off your shoulders, and your worries start to drift far from sight. Hop in the car, take a ride, like a four-wheel paradise. Breathe the air, exhale the vibe. We gon' cruise up in the sky. In the sky, we multiply as the stars pass by. It feels like. And it feels like. And it feels like. It feels like.
Come on, y'all. I see y'all. And it feels like an oasis home, but no faces to know. There's no way that this one moment I stay, but this peace reigns. I'm doing my thing, a change from the norm that I normally maintain. I feel it in my veins, yo. We chill as we go. Give me an 8, then I'm ready to roll. You gotta know the peace. My mind's in need a deep massage. I'm talking Carter Doctor. I need a peace triage. I swear to God. This is all that I need, but I'm talking God willing, I can go and turn up the heat. But I'm talking God willing, I can come and get on this beat and turn this piece into a verse people ever repeat, man. It feels like sort of what just feels right. Relax, kick back in a place that feels right. With a girl you really love and you feeling just like she gon' take you back home at the end of the night. In the sky, we multiply as the stars pass by. It feels like. And it feels like. And it feels like.
welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. We got Cav on the show. So tell me, like, do you like being in front more, or you like doing the whole background thing? Like, what's?
That's a really interesting question, man. I don't really know. I don't really know which one I like more, and I guess it's just kind of the stage in, I guess, my career. I'm trying to figure out what the pursuit is going to be. I do love being up front. I love, like, the crowd control, like, getting people to do super silly stuff on stage. Because, I mean, we have a microphone. You tell somebody to do it. If they're having a good time, they're just going to do it. Yeah. So sometimes shows get a little weird. But I would say, like, probably my biggest joy comes from just creating good moments through music with good people. And I like to have my hands in a lot of different pots, and so, like, I love playing all styles of music, and so I kind of get, like, bored or in a rut if I'm just, like, with the same thing too long, if I don't have a chance to, like, dip out into other stuff. So I guess to answer your question after all that, I'd probably say, like, kind of like probably the more background stuff. Okay. Like, it's probably more my comfort zone, I'll put it that way. Okay. And so I definitely had some great moments out front, but but that's a period. I definitely had some great moments out front. But I really do like, really like just kind of being part of the rhythm section, sitting in, singing some harmonies, and just kind of contributing to, like, the overall sound, Okay. I don't have to be the center, center of
attention, yeah.
There are people who want it way more than I do. I'm cool just chilling.
So, like, when you're in the studio, do you ever, like, go through a writer's block?
Yes.
Like, how do you get over that?
I go through them actually a lot. And so that's, like, my goal this year is just to get, like, more consistent in my writing process. But how I kind of get over it is I really have to just put it down and walk away for a little bit. And normally if I get, like, really hung up on a song, I will kind of, like, bounce down the instrumental and just kind of, like, play in my car as I ride around, play it, like, 2 or 3 times, and then just go to something that's completely different, like genre-wise, like, decade-wise. I, like, have to get, like, completely away from it. And then after I do that for about an hour or two, I just turn everything off. Okay. And then I just kind of, like, it's going to sound like super hippie, but I just kind of literally let it come back to me, Okay. Because I cut it off doesn't mean, like, it doesn't stop in the back of my mind, It just works itself out. Okay.
I know. Like, how's it singing background for, like, A Rose?
It's fun, man. Yeah. Mandy's awesome. Yeah. A Rose, originally out of Atlanta, man. Yeah, she's awesome. Her music is really, 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 really fun. I feel like she walks a really good line of, like, having that kind of, like, R&B soul, like, pop accessibility where everything's like feels good and seems familiar, but she also doesn't, like, sacrifice, like, lyrics at all. Okay. She still, like, very much writes what she knows and what she's lived, and so I think there's, like, an authenticity in her music that I really like a lot. And also she's not afraid to get, like, complex with it. It doesn't have to be, like, a straight standard chord progression that doesn't put people too off. She's not afraid to experiment and get a little jazzy here and there. Yeah. So I like it a lot. It's a blast singing backgrounds for her because she kind of just lets me do whatever I want.
That's good. Yeah. Shout out to her. What are you, like, currently working on right now? Do you have, like, anything, like, individually, not like anything like you doing background, just something that you're doing?
Yeah, I've actually been. Yes. So I do have, like, original music. I've never really, like, gotten around to tracking it, man. I've never made it a priority. But that's something that I've been very recently encouraged to do. And so I think, like, probably fall of this year or, like, spring of next year. Okay. I'll definitely get around to putting that out just to have it done, just to. I really don't have an interest in being, like, a solo artist. That's a lot of pressure and I'm pretty sure you've interviewed plenty of people that are just grinding it out, self-started independent artists, and I'm just like, somebody else could cut me a check, I'm good. But I mean, like, that's not to knock it, if that's for you, that's for you. But me personally, that's not my grind, I get much more joy in supporting those people And so to the point where, you know, they want like a quality keys player, but they really can't like afford it. You know, I've floated a couple people and like, you know, I hope y'all do your first set for free that I do with you. Just hire me on your next one. You know, pay me then. Because, you know, people I believe in, I have no problem like investing in, you know. But yeah, I don't really, I have no interest in being like that solo artist out there, you know, working 3 jobs just to pay my band, you know, like, nah, that's not it. But I will put one out just to have it done, just to have like my own body of work. But beyond that, you know, that's about it.
Okay. And where do you get your motivation from?
My motivation, that's a really interesting question. It's just something I'm born to. I very much believe that. I know that, like, just especially moving to the city, you know, you find out there are people that are infinitely more talented than you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I believe, and especially I found like in the past 3 or 4 years that just with my influences, the way I was brought up and stuff like that, you know, every musician comes to a point where they realize they have something unique to contribute to a sound, you know? Like, people may, like, compare me, but, like, you know, or, like, may have similar influences, but, like, at the end of the day, my musical decisions in a moment are going to be different than anybody else's because it's an art form. It's alive like that. Okay. And so I guess my motivation is that through that unique sound, I can contribute to, like, basically a good moment. And like my number one thing is people can go anywhere, and so the fact that they show up at a place where I'm playing a show and stuff like that, that's divine, you know, because they could have been gone anywhere. Yeah. And so it's my job to then basically take whatever they've been dealing with through the week or even for months or even for years and try to put that on the back burner for them. Let them have a good time. Let them have like a moment and kind of speak some healing into them, you know, whether it be the good groove that they dance to, or, you know, they might like identify with lyrics that I write, things like that, you know, and because music can be like healing like that. Yeah. And so I guess that's my motivation is like creating those moments and spaces for people so that they can like kind of like take off that burden that they've been dealing with, get some healing before they go back out the door. Okay.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna take a break, but when we come back, it's gonna be time for random ass questions.
Random ass questions.
Yeah. Questions that have nothing to do with what we talked about today.
I'm excited.
I find them, you know, internet, or I just come up with my head.
Let's go.
So yeah, we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So yeah, let's get into eye care. This is Threshold Braces and Candace' new single, Eye Care. You know, it's available on all streaming sites. The video is on the YouTube page. We just hit 2,000 views, so appreciate everybody for tuning in for that. And yeah, so let's get into Eye Care on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Threshold Brace Productions. I believe that you and me could be a team they won't defeat, but you second guess the actions that are best, the actions that are best for you. But I dream, I hope, believe for a chance that's meant to last. You can vibe with me, and that's a fact, but you keep pushing me back. Well, you don't want this love, it wasn't meant for us. You don't seem to agree that it was meant to be. I was your ride or die, now you're killing me. You stabbed me in the it's alright. Yeah, it's okay. Cause I'ma do me since you wanna go that way. You can just leave. I will be alright. Standing on my own. I don't need you in my life. You don't vibe with me. Yeah. All I wanted was you. Well, you don't want this love. It wasn't made for us. You don't seem to agree that it was meant to be. I was your ride or die. Now you're killing me. You stabbed me in the heart, bleeding eternally. Yes, I really cared, but you didn't feel for me. I guess it goes to show that you ain't here for me. You don't seem to care. I wanna be with you, so be with me too.
Hi, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So, first random question is, what is one food that you would never give up?
Mac and cheese.
Okay.
Hands down. Too easy. Next question.
Okay. Hey, what's your first memory of really being excited?
Wow. I think it's the first time my dad brought home a cell phone. Because, like, I was born in 90.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm pretty sure I was excited before this. But my first, like, where I really remember being, like, shocked, like, by, like, the newness of something was, like, I think we were probably, like, I was, like, 5 or 6. And my dad brought home this big cell phone. That mug was huge. I was like, what is that? And, like, I played with, like, walkie-talkies and stuff before. So it's like, what is this, like, super nice walkie-talkie? And he was like, don't touch that. And I was like, what do you mean don't touch that? And he's like, if you break it, like, I can't afford to buy, like, you know. And so, and my dad worked for the government. So, like, he like, you know, got one as part of it because they just upgraded from pagers.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, that joke was crazy.
Yeah,
definitely an impression.
Yeah, the big antenna.
Yes, sir. No flip. It was just a brick. It was a brick with an antenna.
Oh, man.
Super inconvenient.
All right. So, would you rather be the person? Let's say you're in the circus.
Okay.
Would you rather be the person inside the lion's mouth or shot out of a cannon?
That is a random question. I would say inside the lion's mouth. Personally, cannons misfire, and I know like there's a possibility I could be eaten by a lion, but I feel like if I did my work on the front end, me and the lion would be straight. That cannon as a machine, or that person who's firing the cannon might not like me too much. So you know, there's too many factors there. When it's a lion, it's just being a lion.
Yeah. All right. So what do you get every time you go to the grocery store?
Oh God. What I want to say is I get my pH like alkaline water, which is something I pick up. But what I have to admit is I usually wind up getting a brownie of some sort. Yep, I love it. I got a sweet tooth, and I'm trying to kick it because your man is finding out as you get older, this stuff catches up to you real quick. And I'm still young, and so I'm just like, if I feel like this now, I don't want to feel like can't imagine what it's gonna be like if I keep up these habits in another 30 years. So, gotta get it under control.
All right, last question. No, two more questions. Tacos or sushi?
Sushi.
Sushi, okay.
I love a good taco, but like, I don't know. It's just like good sushi is like, you like they get it just right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, last question is, do you think angels get high?
Do I think angels get high?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't. I don't really have a reason. I was like, so he just asked me yes or no. I would say no. I don't know. I guess it's possible. But
It's possible.
Definitely possible, but I don't think they do, though.
All right, man. You got any random questions you want to ask me? Anything?
How did you get started with all this?
I don't know. This was kind of random too, honestly. I didn't really want to do this at first. I was like, but I just thought I just wanted to make myself another platform though.
Yeah.
Other besides like, Instagram and Twitter and all that. So I was like, might as well do this, and then help other artists promote themselves too. So like that. So
That's awesome, bro.
yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no, I appreciate you having me out,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome.
Been over
Ambitious.
Yeah, over a little year now. So
That's killer, man. That's awesome. Because I know a lot of people like, I just read a Facebook status there. It's like, stop asking approval for, to start your podcast or start your blog and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, that's just non-committal,
yeah,
And so it's cool that you've been out here doing it for a year. Because I know like people would be like, I'm starting my podcast. I'm starting my blog. Do it like 3 times. And,
I think this would be episode 33, 34, something like that.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
killer.
appreciate it. All right, before we go, shout out your social media. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Excuse me. Facebook, Cavanaugh Mims. Twitter, at Cav the Musician. Instagram, at Cav the Musician. Search me on YouTube. I think I have a video on Vimeo, maybe. But yeah, man, just be on the lookout for artists like A Rose. Just recently started playing for Candy Carpenter, country artist. Go check. I don't play with him anymore, but go check out the Matthew Davison Band downtown if you're looking for some honky tonk action. Always be on the lookout for the Aquaducts, your resident funk soul band here in Nashville. It's always a good time. Always got your feet moving, and I think that's pretty much it. Those are the biggest ones.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
You got any more tour dates coming up? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always on the go.
Okay.
Yeah, always on the go. But I'm getting like, actually, this next month's about to be crazy. I'm getting married at the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Congrats.
Yeah, so-
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm kind of taking it, trying to tone it down a little bit because boy's tired. But yes, it's no joke, man. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm excited.
Good. Oh yeah, and always you can follow me on Instagram at ambitious1k.
Do it.
Instagram. Like I always say, you're not spelling ambitious, go look it up in the dictionary. Don't feel like spelling it. Yeah, and follow Threshold Brace at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, until next time, ambitious. I'm out.